the home of the Sioux Locks, the Lake State Lakers, and the International Bridge. This is the city of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. And if you take a stroll down by the fudgy shops, you might just catch a glimpse of some hometown heroes. Veterans are showcased on banners all throughout the historic downtown. The effort was made by the Chippewa County Community Foundation's Youth Advisory Council and their leader, Abby Baker.
I knew it was going to be big. I had no idea the impact that would have not only on our community but myself as well. The stories of our vets that I've learned of the 300 men and women that we have hanging now in Sault Ste. Marie supersedes anything I've read in any published book. But it's been a great experience, and if you come to the Sioux, I encourage you guys to come, and if you think that your community might do it, come and check it out, and hopefully you get lucky and run into one of the vets or their families and listen to their stories, because it's truly amazing.
Among the familiar faces is a World War II prisoner of war and a Purple Heart recipient. James Sutton, also known as Bud, was born in 1924 and raised in the Sioux. His infantry was known as the Sitting Duck Division when the Germans launched a surprise attack in what became known as the Battle of the Bulge. Their unit had barely been at battle for 10 days when Bud and 7,000 other soldiers were captured. Marta Lalonde, James's daughter, recounts the time when her grandmother received the news that James was missing in action.
Mrs. Catherine Sutton of Brimley received a telegram yesterday stating that her son, PFC James M. Sutton, has been missing since December 16th. He went into the service, March 1942, and was stationed in the European area. When she got the notice, the way it was written, she had the understanding that he was blind, that his eyes were what were hurt, but it wasn't. So she was, just all that not knowing.
On one snowy night, while still under the Germans' captivity, James's boxcar was attacked.
The train was being bombed by the English. Mm-hmm. I think he said it was the English. And they didn't know that they were bombing a boxcar full of prisoners, of their, of allies. And so they were all very frightened and everything, and it mentions, the reason for the silent night is it mentions that it happened to have been Christmas Eve. And as they were kind of frightened, and slowly from one end of the car, someone started singing Silent Night. And then shortly the rest of them all tuned in, and that's what got them through the bombing portion and, away and on their way to camp. So.
The prisoners had small rations of tea from their helmets and a loaf of bread shared by 8 people. They spent a lot of time talking about their favorite food dishes while killing body lice with their thumbnails.
The packages that were sent to the prisoners, like from the Salvation, whoever it was that they sent packages to them. And there was like a whole platoon or group of like 8 of them or whatever, and they had to share the one box of stuff. There was M&Ms in it, and they all got like 8 M&Ms in their hand. And he talked about how that was a treat.
After 4 months in the camp, he lost 55 pounds. James reached the rank of corporal. He received the Good Conduct Medal, Purple Heart, and the World War II Victory Medal. James Sutton passed away in 2009 in Cleveland.
But
it's special.
Everybody's is special to their family. And that's all that matters. And that's why the banners are there.
Why do you think the banners are so important?
Because they show our patriotism and our love of family.
With a salute to veterans, I'm Brianna McLean.